Let's now discuss the high flood alert placed on Lagos State and precautions for residents with environmentalist Desmond Majekodunmi. Good to have you join us.
Hello.
So let me start by getting your thoughts on this statement from the president, where he said that Nigeria is experiencing the negative fallout of climate change as seen in the flooding in different parts of the country. Because some people have also said that this is also a result of poor infrastructure to deal with this kind of situation in Nigeria. I just wanted to respond to that.
Yes, well, it's good that the president is making those kind of statements. And we need to now see those statements being put into action because we've known about climate change for a long time. This kind of flooding has been predicted over 35 years ago. You know, scientists, meteorological scientists, and the International Panel for Climate Change, which was started because of what was going on with the global warming that was causing the climate change, they warned us this is what would happen. So, yeah, we should just take the necessary action. Luckily, the good news is, you know, the floods will go, the waters will recede, but the floods will come back either next year or the year after, at the most within the next 3 years, and they'll come back with far more velocity, far more volume. So definitely, action has to be taken. All kinds of remedial and protective measures must be taken. You know, it's so tragic. You know, over 600, maybe up to even 1,000 people lost their lives, livelihoods and everything. So definitely we hope and we pray, and in fact we insist that the necessary remedial actions must be taken. We know what to do. We got to just do it.
And there is now also a flood alert for those in Lagos. First of all, for those who are on the boundary between Ogun and Lagos because of the Oyon Dam, those in Agric, Owode area, and other areas as well. But there's also another flood alert for those in coastal areas, the Lekki, Ekpe, Badagry area as well because of flooding. And so one is wondering how should this different category of people respond to this, and how should the state government also respond to this?
Yes, well, we shouldn't panic. We shouldn't panic. Luckily, we're coming towards the very close of the rain season. So even if there is extra release from those dams that are bringing the water down to Lagos, the flooding will not last too long. However, again, Lagos is very, very vulnerable. Luckily, we've seen some pretty positive reactions from the Lagos state government. There are some people who are cognizant of the reality of the problem, and they are, trying to do what looks like the right things. But believe you me, we're dealing with a global situation, an unprecedented situation that has been classified by the Secretary General of the United Nations as the biggest problem humanity has ever faced. And coastal areas are some of the most vulnerable coastal areas. As we're talking now, our Lagos coast is being massively eroded. We measured about 30 meters of erosion just this year alone by the Okun-Alfa, Lafiaji area of the coast, which is quite close to Victoria Island. So there are challenges. And the biggest one that we need to really face, that the government, hopefully we pray, will do something about, is ensure that we protect our mangrove areas. We must preserve those mangroves as much as possible and put bigger and better drainage in place, because the rains are going to be coming heavier as the years progress because of the global warming. We've messed up with the atmosphere. You know, the atmosphere is an incredible system. That's what makes this Earth, this planet Earth, the only habitable planet, okay? Of all the millions of planets that we've seen, it's only this Earth that has that requisite things that makes it habitable.
There were a lot of things put in place. A lot of things were put in place naturally to deal with flooding. But like you always say, we have tampered with it, and then these are the consequences. We know that the presidency is putting together a committee to deal for flood assessment and prevention in the country. Once we have that document being, or the recommendations from the committee, we'll definitely have you again to look at it and assess it and talk about it. Thank you so much for talking to us, Environmentalist Majekodunmi Desmond.
Thank you very much.